Welcome on back to the 3Js, folks. And you might be recognising that there's someone different in this middle seat today. We've got the man, the myth, the legend, all the way down from London town, Tim Reaper.
Yo, people, what's good?
Yeah, thanks very much for coming down, Tim.
It's an
Thanks for
absolute
having me,
honour to
man.
have you here with us today. We're really excited.
Yeah, nice one, man.
You want to take the reins on this first question here?
Yeah,
Riley?
so we're just going to let Tim do a lot of talking, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
we've got some questions, but, well, first of all, just again, welcome. But I would just like to ask, when was your first time in Scotland?
Actually, I think it was 2 years ago. I got booked to play this event. I was at I think it was the Bongo Club in Edinburgh.
Oh, right, okay.
Mhm.
I was playing off this like dubstep house techno DJ called Paris, and it was during the Fringe Festival where I found out like that month, like all the venues get like an extra 2 hours like opening time, I think, for tourists and about. But that was probably the first time in Scotland. Actually, no. That was the first gig I had in Scotland. Because the year beforehand, me and my girlfriend, we came to Glasgow to see what it was like.
And what did you think of Glasgow?
I mean, the scene there is cool, but like as a city, it's not my thing.
I just don't like the whole layout of it. I feel like it's really the same everywhere you go. Like it's
Yeah.
not got a lot going on, like character-wise.
Yeah, and also when we got there, we were seeing like posters about like heroin addiction and stuff.
Oh
And,
yeah,
Yeah.
It's big. Well, Edinburgh's actually nicknamed Brimtown.
Is
Fun
it?
fact, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so there you go.
Unfortunately, there's some issues
Yeah.
with substance abuse up here. But
Yeah.
just for a lot of people up here that might not know yourself, would you be able to just give a brief description?
Yeah, so I'm a jungle producer, DJ. I run a record label in the club night called Future Retro London. And I've been going for about maybe 13, 14 years now. The production, about 10 years for DJing. Future Retro started, I think, in 2020. So yeah, that's probably a little quick overview of what I am.
Okay.
And we've got a little item here for you.
Yeah, we have a small gift for you.
We're excited for you
We
to
would
tell
like
us.
you to
Big bag of cash.
that we would like you to tell us a little bit about. You can unwrap it there. It's
Oh!
Now we don't know if this is exactly the right one.
Let's see which one. Let's see what issue this is.
but
Let's see which issue this is.
the CD is
Yeah, let me see the CD track list because I'm down. That's how I know. If it's the
okay.
The truth.
Yeah.
No, this one is a bit later.
All right.
Okay.
I think the one that I had was either 2009 or 2010.
Right. Okay.
Damn.
For everybody that's wondering what the heck's going on right now,
Yeah.
would you like to fill
So
in the
basically-
relevance here?
My first basically awareness of drum and bass was when I was doing my GCSEs. I had a media studies course and I had to do like this coursework where I had to analyse 2 music magazines and write an essay about it. And one of the music magazines was Mix Mag and it had an Andy C mix CD on the cover. And out of curiosity, I listened to it and I was just completely blown away by like the energy of the music.
As
and
you
like,
would be, yeah.
I was
can
just
imagine.
like, I don't know what this is, but whatever this is, I need to find out more about it. And that was basically like the way I was kickstarted into what I am now. But yeah, I think this is like maybe like a year or two after, because I remember the track list was completely different. This
Close
is like
enough.
a bit
Close
later.
enough.
But damn, you guys did your research still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, it's cool, bro.
Yeah. Safe Riley.
What I want to ask is, was there any other magazines there that caught your eye that day? So if you didn't pick that one up, is there anything else that you might have grabbed that day, if you can even recall that far back?
Well,
to-
the other magazine I had was Metal Hammer,
Yeah.
which had like a rock CD on the front. So if I listened to that, it would have been a completely different trajectory. but
Definitely would have been.
I don't
yeah.
think I ever actually did. I listened to the Mix Mag one and I was like, that's enough for me. That'll do me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, for those that don't know, last year was absolutely massive for Tim, as well as many other producers that collabed with himself on Future Retro. You had tons of events,
Yeah.
a couple of highlights. I mean, I saw you at Boomtown with your 4-way.
Oh
back-to-back.
yeah, that was good fun.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, he was
At
telling me about that
Origin.
today. What was that like trying to play 4 people at once? I'm sure you might have done that once or twice before.
We've done it a
but-
few times before, but I think the main thing that caught me out there was how big the stage was.
Oh
'cause
yeah, they're ridiculous.
I
They're
knew it was gonna be big, but I didn't realise it would be like
on that scale.
14,000 people.
Yeah.
It's
Live
massive.
cameras beaming cameras from the booth onto screens.
Yeah.
Actual waterfalls, functioning waterfalls
Yeah.
outside the
Ridiculous.
stage. I was like,
Yeah.
this is ludicrous. It was so much fun though, but like, yeah, it was actually overwhelming. I'm glad I did it with those guys. If I did that on my own, I would have probably like had a panic attack in the booth.
That would have been a lot anyway.
Yeah.
What were some other highlights from last year that you'd like to touch on?
Oh, we played Outlook Festival as well. That was really good fun. And then I did my first Future Retro at this venue called MOT, which is basically like this, the way Distant Planet usually do their events in South London. I've actually got an event with Distant Planet tomorrow at MOT. Little plug there, although tickets are already all sold out. Sorry, everyone. In Dundee, that was swinging by London tomorrow. So yeah, that was the first. That was the biggest one, because usually I do my events at Peckham Audio, which is like a small 220 capacity venue. But MOT, both units, it's 2 units. Each one is 300, so that was like 600 capacity. So that was like quite a big step up. I partnered with like a garage, or mainly garage label called Timeri, and that was quite cool. Last year's other highlights, I'd say. I toured Asia and Australia for the first time, which is really cool. I did my first America tour with Ward as well, which is really good, because before that I'd been doing all of them on my own.
Jungle's got quite a big love in Australia and the drum and bass scene. Like, I didn't expect it to be as big as it was over there.
It's really big there. I didn't expect it either, actually.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people like doing tours at the moment. I know.
Yeah, Sully was there like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were down in London last week actually seeing K9 at Troxy.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, just right after his Australian tour. That was pretty like ridiculous. It's just an opera house venue. It was quite an interesting thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. What about Future Retro London? Have you got any big things coming for that this year that you could maybe speak about here?
I've got a lot lined up, Future Retro.
Yeah.
I've already got the next 10 releases pressed up and sitting in Hackney right now.
Oh.
So we've got 3 releases dropping next week on Friday. One is a 2-tracker by this artist called Percussive P. He's from the Green Wax crew, and one of the tunes is actually called Enter the Dragon. That one, I've had that on dub for like 7 or 8 years now.
Oh, wow.
So that's finally coming out.
Well, that's going to be a good one.
Then on the same day is a release from this artist called Ontology, this American producer.
Okay.
That's like a tune from her, a remix by DJ Sofa, a remix from me, and then a VIP. And then on the same day, I've got my 3rd release, which is an EP I've done called Scorched Earth, which is like a 5-tracker release of like... The only way I could describe it is like non-jungle sounds on jungle breaks. I think that was my like the brief I set myself for making that EP. So
None.
Like, yeah, like, so like rather than using like your usual like, I don't know, rare groove samples or rag or pads, I just used like anything else, like modular techno sounds, amapiano sounds, drill sounds, just any other kind of like sound that I wouldn't usually use in like a jungle context, but still on top of like the amen break and the think break and those usual drum sounds. So trying to, I guess, grow the pool of sounds that you could probably think of or associate with jungle nowadays.
Constantly innovating the scene, man. That's why we like you so much. You really have such a unique sound, and it's like no one else is doing anything like you. That's why I big you up so much.
Yeah,
cheers,
it's great. Like all the releases, like you've put me on to so many artists.
Yeah.
Like purely just through your label by total chance. And
yeah, I find it very important to be able to like represent like the lesser known acts and the newer people coming through as well, because who else is gonna...
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely, man.
Well, I was saying this to you earlier just before we went live, but you know, you have a very like unique and captivating style of mixing. Like the way you blend 2 tracks together is just like, it's just so like we watch them very closely all the time, trying to like figure out how like we can then put that to our tunes. Could you tell us when you were starting mixing, like who did you look up to and what were your inspirations for learning how to put 2 tunes together? Like,
well, besides my favourite old school DJs would be like Bookham, Randall, Hype. The current DJs I'm really into, and I was really into, still am, are I'd probably say Equinox and Mantra. They're my main favourites, because to me I sort of feel like I've seen them both so many times. They're so consistent in their selection, and their mixing is like you wouldn't know if they made any mistakes. So I sort of tried to aspire to that level of being able to DJ. And I guess when I'm DJing, I find my hands are very restless, and I feel like I'm always doing something. I'm working a crossfader, I'm doing some sort of effects thing, I'm trying to, I don't know, work out some sort of trick on the CDJs. I just find that like I find it hard to just not be doing something at all times. So I think that sort of feeds into my style of mix, and this idea of like my hands are always doing something.
Yeah. What was it? Reddy was showing me earlier with this effect here or the sound. No, I don't know all
The
name.
filter.
Yeah.
I was like, he mentioned it to me like earlier
Able to
when we
mimic the
listened
sound
back
of
to one.
scratching, like just
Oh,
from
that's
that,
the noise filter.
Yeah,
the
noise
filter.
filter. Yeah, he was asking me about that, and I was like, yeah, that's because I've seen.
You just did it
I've
one
seen you
time
do it.
randomly when we were just mixing, and I was like, "That's so cool!" And I brought it up today. He was like, "That's actually funny you said that. 'Cause I really got that from a mix from Tim." And I was like,
Yeah.
"That's amazing."
Yeah. There's just fun little tricks and tips. Sort of,
Yeah, it's
on top of the beat matching and stuff.
Yeah. Another one. So, who was the first DJ or set you went to and saw?
Oh, this was an event called Jungle Syndicate. Oh, they still do Jungle Syndicate events.
Okay.
Right now, they only do like one a year in Bristol on their birthdays, but they used to do them all over like Leeds and London. The first event I ever went to was Jungle Syndicate in London, and the first people that actually saw play were Dward, and he was going back to back with this other guy called Fumzo, and it was really funny because they don't really. I think that was the first and only time they've ever went back to back. And I'm not sure if there was like a constant like mistake, but Fumzo kept dropping tunes, and like he would have the low dial completely off, so like it would just drop and there'd be no bass, and then George would spot it and then bring the bass back and everyone would cheer, and that was happening every time, and it was really funny because
It'd be funny if they just did that as a bit, like the whole time, like to keep the crowd entertained.
yeah,
That
it
would
was
be good.
funny though because then I went to they were in room 2, then in room 1 it was Equinox back to back with Busy Bee.
Right.
I caught a bit of that and it was really good, but it was my first ever rave, and I told my mum I'd be home by 2.
Oh.
So I basically only got like 2.5 hours of raving.
At least you made it home on time. You've done better
Yeah.
than most ravers at the first rave.
Yeah.
anyway.
But soon I went to union, and after that I was like, all right, 10 till 6, let's
Yeah,
go.
totally, man, totally.
None
make,
of that
Make
here.
the most of it.
Yeah.
No, we don't
None
get
of
much
that
of
here.
that.
It's all 10
Oh.
till 3.
Yeah, King's
Oh,
is
right.
free, so that's the latest we'd probably get up here.
Oh, fair enough.
Unless you go to Edinburgh on a certain day, I suppose. Sometimes
Yeah,
for
yeah.
New Year's and that, they stay open
Yeah,
later.
yeah,
but
they do.
Yeah.
That must have been quite like surreal for you if you went on tour with Dward later on in your life after seeing him as like one of the first DJs you saw like perform.
Yeah, because like he's one of the first people I sort of got to know online over like
Yeah.
AOL Instant Messenger
Oh, right, okay.
to sort
yeah,
of date it a bit.
Right, wow.
And
yeah.
he was really cool, but like he started a few years before I did, so he was quite more established in what we were doing.
Yeah, totally.
So it was quite fun to actually sort of get to know him, to be able to see him DJ, and then eventually we started Globix Corp together,
right, okay.
and that's been really fun to do as well.
Nice one.
awesome. So cautious of time, so we'll jump a couple
That's all good.
questions, man.
You can do.
Go
But
for it.
what's been your favourite venue to have performed in so far?
Okay, so I'm gonna remove MOT and Peckham Audio because I'm very biased because that's where I do events.
Okay.
I'll probably say, well, because of Rupture, I'd say Corsica Studios because it's such a homely feeling. It sort of feels like you know exactly what the audience wants. And you know that you're gonna have so much fun giving it to them. Because I find with a lot of places I play, probably like the first 15 to 20 minutes, you're trying to work out exactly what kind of style gravitates to. Sorry, what kind of style resonates the most with the crowd.
Yeah, okay.
Whereas Rupture, it's sort of like second nature. It's just like it just happens, and you know they're into it. So I'll probably say Corsica as a result of playing so many Rupture events,
Right,
Corsica
okay.
Studios, and the sound is fantastic there too.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah.
Do you want to give him the classic interview question?
Oh, I would love to. So we do a little thing here. We'll start off with the classic one. Do you support Dundee FC, a nice local football team?
No, I actually support Liverpool FC.
Oh, right,
Oh,
okay.
there
Not
we
my
go.
local football team, but when my dad, I think he first moved to the UK from Ghana. I think he moved to Liverpool first, so I
Right,
sort of
okay.
inherited that. But I don't check much football anymore.
No, nor do we, to be honest. We just kind of do it for a laugh. Like,
Okay.
For some reason. We
Yeah,
just
just
ask.
Just
That's
to
all good.
see, because I mean, most of our interviews are quite local people.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
we
They'll
it's
either
just-
usually be like, yeah or no.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, fair.
Next one. These are like just quick fire
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
questions.
That's all.
Who's your favourite Simpsons character?
Oh,
right,
Dr. Hibbert.
okay. This might be a bit of a stumper. Favorite genre of music outside of jungle?
Don't say
Um,
drum and bass.
No.
The world would implode.
I mean, usually my go-to when I'm at home is like quite chilled UK garage. I find I'm
Okay.
listening to that when I'm like doing like any kind of cooking or like
Right, yeah.
ironing or.
Gets you bopping while you're doing
Yeah,
dishes and stuff
exactly.
like-
Yeah, it's
totally.
exactly that. That's the kind of vibe.
Yeah, man. I
Yeah,
get
so
you.
I'll probably say that.
Okay, not
Okay.
bad.
Favorite food / cuisine?
Everyone that knows you probably will know it's either burgers or pizza, depending on the day. I like to mix it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, okay.
I had burgers about an hour ago.
I was going to ask you, what did you have for your grub or your?
I went to this. Well, the promoter took me to this place called Shacks, if you know.
Yeah,
it.
no,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
on,
really
on the
good.
Perth Road, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out Shacks if you're watching, guys.
Yeah,
And then we'll hit you with performing or producing.
producing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, recently I've been doing a lot more performing than producing, and I'm sort of getting the hang of it more so than ever. But like producing, I feel like is my bread and butter. I feel it's just my natural habitat, I think.
Okay. Right. So you have to give up one of these things forever,
Uh-oh.
right? Dr. Hibbert.
No.
Oh, we're just gonna do.
You
right.
need to do The Simpsons.
Okay, so it's The Simpsons or Jungle.
Oh, I mean, the thing is, right. So with Simpsons, I'm so like in tune with every episode.
Yep.
I don't even really watch it that much. 'Cause I just sort of feel like I'll watch it and I'll just know every line that's coming.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So I always try and prioritize watching new shows,
Right,
so
okay.
that I don't just like fall into the habit of like knowing exactly what's around the corner. So I'd probably say Simpsons. Sorry.
Oh.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
a crazy one for the folks at home.
Might have dug yourself a little bit of a hole with this one, but
Uh-huh.
UK Garage or Jungle.
What to give up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to give up one of them to choose the other.
That's tricky because as much as I love Jungle, like I couldn't have that as my household
Constant.
chores music.
Yeah.
Doing the Hoover and listening to tunes seems a
Yeah.
bit mad. But I guess I'd have to give up UK Garage.
Yeah. Okay. We'll keep the fans happy for that one, and we'll hit you with this.
Yeah.
Burgers or pizza or Jungle. We'll just get all.
Well, so I
three in
have to starve. Damn. Brutal questions.
there.
Oh, you know what? I think I need to play in a few minutes. Oof. I mean, I've had a lot of fun with Jungle, but I need to eat going
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
So I guess I'd have to give it Jungle. Please don't quote me on that.
I'll be
Brilliant.
sampled in a track next week.
Oh dear. Yeah,
Yeah, they'll EQ out all our laughter.
I know.
yeah. I'd like to see him try. Yeah.
Well, do you know what? That kind of wraps it up from us.
Have you
Alright.
got any like final shout outs, any things you want the fans to look forward to in the coming months,
Aside-
the rest of the year?
Aside from what we've touched on.
Aside
I
from
want them
that,
to look forward to me in half an hour at King's for pull up.
That's the one. That's
Yeah.
the one.
This is half an hour
Yeah.
before.
33 minutes till my man goes live, by the way, guys, and he's
Yeah.
sat here in the studio.
Yeah.
Big ups.
Yeah, it was a good decision, I think.
Thanks very much.
Yeah.
We really didn't
Thanks.
think it was going to happen. We like totally went on a whim,
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
And
I'll-
then we were speaking about it today. He goes, oh, mate, I don't know if I'm going to mess him. I was like, no, you'll be a busy guy. Just chase him up. We're like, what have we
Yeah.
got to lose? And we're like, oh, my God, he's actually coming on.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
this-
yeah.
Such a surreal moment. Like, we've not... It's like, I've been just hyped all day for it. I can't believe that we're actually sitting doing this.
Yeah, I was up for it. I was just a bit unsure when I would actually be able to do it in the day.
I mean, the fact you've even came along, the dedication is very much respectable. Like, I would have been more than happy for the rest of my days seeing you live, but the fact that I've gotten to sit and have a conversation and we've gotten to give you a little present, little
yeah,
bit of nostalgia there and getting a good interview, it's
yeah.
just
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks very much.
I
Yeah,
can read this
we're
on the
really
plane
good.
home.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, big up you two for having me on. That was great fun.
No worries. Right.
Appreciate it.
Thanks
Right.
very much, everybody.
Peace.
See you next time, guys.
Bye-bye.
Sweet.